Now then guys, welcome back to the George Scaife LFC channel. I'm outside today, hopefully you can hear me okay. I thought it'd be a nice time actually and a nice place to do it in. Look at the scenery guys. I nearly got run over. Instantly, we're 10 seconds in. I thought it'd be a nice time to not blind rank, we're not blind ranking. We're ranking, predicting Liverpool's 5 signings so far in terms of the impact they're going to have next season. I'm going to rank them 1 to 5 in terms of, I think this player will be our best and I think this player won't be so much as significant. So we've got Kerkez, Frimpong, Wirtz, Ekitike, and also Mamardashvilli. They're the 5 we're going to rank today. Also Isak, we might chuck in at the end because if we do sign Isak, I think he'll definitely, no doubt, be number 1 in my opinion. I'm going to start, and this actually is controversial because my number 1, I really don't think many people will have. My number 1 is not as simple as he was signed for that much money, therefore he must be the biggest impact. I don't think it's that simple. Right, Mamardashvilli is coming in 5 for me. I just don't think obviously he's going to play less than the rest, right? That's a given. He's going to come in as second choice. I've been quite impressed by him in pre-season. Made a great save yesterday down to his left against Yokohama FM. I think his distributing could do with a bit of work, to be honest, just from what I've seen in pre-season so far, which granted isn't too much, but I just want to see a bit more composure on the ball. Obviously he wasn't helped by Tsimikas in the AC Milan game in the second half when he passed it back to him and he couldn't really do anything about it. But for me, I just want a bit more composure on the ball, but I do think he'll be very good. Will he be as good as Kelleher was last season? I think that's tough to even predict. I think Kelleher's done great things, and he's arguably underrated, right? So I'm going to go Mamardashvilli in 5 in terms of impact I think he'll have. It's weird filming because people actually walk past you and like kind of look at you a bit, but I won't see him again, will you? Mamardashvilli in 5. And 4, I think's also a pretty hard one. I think 4's quite a hard one because I think 4 and 3 are really tough between Jeremy Frimpong and Hugo Ekitike. I think they are the next in this. Now, weigh them up, right? Who's going to play more games in the year? I could barely predict that, but I think the obvious answer is Ekitike because he was signed for so much money, was 80 million euros, right? But I think 2 things can be true. I think you can sign someone for 80 million euros and not be a starter, especially at Liverpool. If you sign for Villa for 80 million euros, my God, that guy's going to play every game. But at Liverpool, it's like, well, hold on. If we sign Isak and we sign Wirtz, and we've still got Szoboszlai, we've still got Salah who's going to play, where does Ekitike get in? I don't think it's as simple as Ekitike will start every game next season. Not over Dominic Szoboszlai, who, for me, makes my starting 11 at the moment. So I think Ekitike comes in next. I'm going to Ekitike in 4 in terms of impact at Liverpool. No doubt he's a great player. No doubt I'm impressed. He's obviously got a really high ceiling. He's an interesting profile, isn't he? He's quite tall, quite lanky, very, very Gakpo frame-wise, profile-wise. But I think he's more skillful than Gakpo. I think he can hit a shot maybe better than Gakpo and find the net better. And I think his positioning's really impressive. Like the way he gets in them little spaces, how impressive he was on transition for Frankfurt with kind of Marmoush running off him. They had a really great link-up. Can he do that at Liverpool? Can he foster a relationship with maybe a Wirtz coming in from the same league at the same time? I love when 2 players, how many times do we see this in the league, or in any league really, 2 players come in at the same time. I love it, like 2 attackers from the same league. It's like, oh, these 2 are singing off the same hymn sheet already, even though they're not playing for the same club necessarily. Something about coming from the same league, or I don't know, might be just in my head that, but I've got Ekitike next in 4, which seems like a low ranking when you think of there's 2 players above him in my list that were signed for less money. So the first one's Frimpong. I'm going to go Frimpong in 3. In terms of impact at Liverpool next season, I've got him 3rd. No doubt great. Again, like Ekitike, by the way. It's not me saying he's a bad player. Hopefully you can read that, what I'm saying here. But if you had to rank him, I just think Frimpong's not going to start. I really can't see a world where he starts. Granted, he's a title winner in the Bundesliga. Unbeaten, I must say, by the way. One of their most pivotal players. One of the catalysts in kind of doing that as well. He was so marauding down that right-hand side. The spaces he was taking up in the Bundesliga, some of the high ball reclaims he was making, literally in the opposition's box at times, he's winning the ball, but certainly in the opposition's half. He's so good at winning the ball high up. We saw against Yokohama FM, that kind of end ball, the end quality that he's got as well. A really great whipped pass into Trey Ione. I just don't think he'll start, I'm sorry. I think Conor Bradley's so underrated. I actually think Conor Bradley's a more complete player. I also think it's very important to, certainly at the start of the season, and I think we're seeing it a bit now with players struggling to get used to playing with each other. It takes a while to adapt, right? I think it's important to kind of ease that transition from last year to this year, right? So keeping Conor Bradley in the team, a player who's literally just won the league with us last year, a player who knows the system, knows what it takes, knows Salah's in front of him. I'm not saying Frimpong won't eventually know him, but at the moment, right now at the start of the season, when you've got Wirtz, Ekitike, Kerkez starting, Isak maybe starting, just keeping one of the old boys. Sounds crazy saying one of the old boys and he's like 22. But yeah, Bradley for me is a more complete player as well. He's more well-rounded. I love how he inverts into kind of a weird position in between the striker and Salah. Have you noticed that? I saw it yesterday. It's like, yeah, Frimpong kind of overlaps, right? He's so fast, he likes to take up them zones. But Bradley likes to invert as well. He did it last year. And I forget the game because he scored in the game. It's bad I've forgotten it. He was so good last year at inverting into the forward line. And Salah took up the wider slot. And Bradley made them runs. Really unpredictable as a fullback. How many fullbacks invert? Like, not many really. Obviously, fullbacks invert in the first phase of play. You look at Arsenal. A couple of them do that, but also Man City, right? But in the final phase of play, how many fullbacks are inverting? Well, Kerkez isn't, right? Off the other side, Kerkez is overlapping. So I think he offers something entirely different from Frimpong. I think he'll start, Bradley. I think he has a great mentality for a young lad. He's been through a lot and he's come through the other side, especially with Jota now as well. Like, I understood they were very close as well, so I really hope it's not impacted him. And I know he'll absolutely rise up, you know, bounce back, and he's the kind of character and the kind of bloke to do that, I assume. So I can't wait for Bradley to succeed this year. But we're talking about Frimpong, and I've got Frimpong third because I think Bradley will play more games. In second, Wirtz and Kerkez. And I'll keep this maybe a bit more brief than the 7 minutes we've been speaking for so far. I think Wirtz is in two. I know. Do I think that? Right? Hear me out, right? Wirtz will probably be our best player next year. Does that mean he's having the most impact? I'm ranking this based on impact. Think of it like this. I didn't even think we'd sign Wirtz. Did you? Really? Like, did you honestly think last season ended? It said that final whistle of the Palace game ended, and you've gone, right, this is a good team, we just won the league. Who could we improve? I wasn't particularly looking at Szoboszlai, attacking midfield to improve, and Wirtz to the first signing, it was like, wow, that was really not unnecessary. Obviously, he's a welcome player because he's amazing, but it wasn't so much needed like a left back was. If you looked at our starting 11 of that Palace game, bad example because it was rotated, but you know what I mean. If you looked at our starting 11 last year and you've gone, right, that's a title-winning formula, but if you had to bring one player in, you're bringing a left back in. I'd have said left back, you'd have said left back. Everyone would have identified the left back slot was really, really weak. And we did it with Kerkez. We brought Kerkez in, a player who clearly wanted to join Liverpool. It was almost done, that signing, before it was done. Like, he was on podcast, or was it his dad was on podcast saying he's going to sign? It was pretty much unwritten. Pretty much soon after the window even opened, right? So I think for that reason, a player who wants to come to the team, a player who's done it in the league before, a player who's done it in a high intensity, ow, fucking fly in my eye. You don't get this in my studio at home, do you? Bloody hell. A player who's done it in a high intensity team as well. He likes to play high up the pitch. He's got a final ball on him. Really great whipped cross. He's really dynamic. He's really great 1v1 defending. I think he's going to succeed. I just honestly think the jump between Robertson or Tsimikas and Kerkez is bigger than Szoboszlai and Wirtz. I honestly believe that. I'd love to know what you think in the comments. No doubt Wirtz is going to be great, but I'm going to go for Kerkez in one, pound for pound, as an upgrade on last year. I've got him in one. I'd love to know what you think in the comments. Let me know down below. Leave a like on the video and tune in for the live stream soon. Nice one, guys. See you later.